Shalom, brothers and sisters. I have something that I want to share with you today. I'll give you an update on what's going on with my channel, why a bunch of videos, most of them were made private. I will address some of this shortly, but I wanted to release a video, something that I think that you will find very beneficial in your study, and would like to direct you to Proverbs 5. Now, if you've been watching my channel for some time, you will be aware of what the word Hebrew means. That Hebrew means to experience, to know, or to see, know, or experience the well. And who the well is Christ. And the well is filled with water, and the water is likened to the Spirit. And with that being said, even the idea that Christ reveals himself at a well, that's where he first reveals himself to the woman at the well. And he says if you knew who it was asking me for a drink, you would be asking me for a drink. And understanding this, would like you to go read Proverbs 5. And I want you to read it with the understanding of some of the ideas that we have discussed over time, specifically the idea of a well or a cistern holding water, its ability to hold water. Christ even says, you guys are vessels that are not suitable for carrying water. And understanding that this source of instruction comes from within, from inside you, that the Spirit teaches all things, and the Spirit is not something outside of you, it's something that is inside of you, and that it teaches you from within, with the proper containment of the law as a boundary. The feminine energy, which is a picture of the water, which the Spirit is feminine, is associated in the scriptures as chaotic. That water can be very chaotic, but at the same time it also it brings life and nutrients to everything around it. So the thing is the Torah is like this prescribed path. So if you think about the banks of a river and how it guides the water, it properly guides the water. The Torah is masculine, and it guides the water to where it needs to go. And then the water is contained by those banks. Like, the water is not supposed to breach those banks. That's its set point. That's what's guiding it. That's what's guiding the Spirit. So if you think about this, and the idea that the water is something that is in you, and that it is to be contained by that masculine energy, the Torah, the law, provides that containment for the Spirit to function in the manner that it's supposed to. The Spirit being more of that feminine energy, more of the feelings and emotional side of things. We see a lot today in the church. There's a lot of things tied up in emotions, whether it's music, a message, especially when you're reading Proverbs 5. I want you to think about the message that's being preached in a lot of, whether it's Torah community or in the church itself, that it's very emotion-based. Like, even the music that's being played, plucking it at the right tune, with the right lighting, with just the right ambiance, and to evoke an emotional response. Okay, and I want you to think about that without the context of the law is not a good thing. The law is what provides context for the Spirit. And I want you to think about how, even in a marriage, the mystery of Christ in the church, and the idea of the marriage picture of a man providing emotional containment for his wife, that he provides that prescribed path or boundary by which the water flows and nurtures his family and everybody in that path. The husband directs and guides that water. But I want you to think about Proverbs 5 specifically in how it's talking about a woman, and I know that it says that it's about adultery, but I want you to think deeper than physical adultery. I want you to think about Israel and what she did. And I want you to think about even today in the church and in the body, or I should say not necessarily in the body, but in the world as a whole, the religious communities that are tickling ears, the seductress, her lips are sweet like honey and smooth like oil. Okay, I want you to think about the whore of Babylon. Why is she the whore of Babylon? Because she gets people to fornicate with her. And the whore of Babylon is she's a woman. She's a teaching that is contrary to God's teaching. Okay? And I want you to think about that as you're reading Proverbs 5, knowing what you know about the well and about a cistern and holding water and all of that. I believe, I don't know if I've done a video on this, but the word El Shaddai, the word shad means breasts. Okay? So I'll go back and see if I've made a video on this. If I haven't, then I'll make one, but you need to understand that this is not talking about physical adultery. It's talking to you about spiritual adultery and where you should be getting your teaching from. So go ahead, go and read Proverbs 5, and then come on here and comment like crazy. Share your thoughts. Shalom, brothers and sisters. Hope you have a great Sabbath.